Yo, look, man, y'all tapped in with Whiley 982, man. I'm up here with Solo 4. What's the Issue podcast, man? What up, my G?
What's poppin' though? Alright, so today I'm gonna get you started off with something a little simple. So let's just say you get out of jail, my guy, and you see your family and your homeboy standing at the front gate to meet you on your way out the gates. So who are you going up to first? And I got it up on the TV so you can see it. Your daughter, your wife, your mother, your side chick, your grandmother, your baby mama, your sister, or your guys?
So we got my guys, my mother, my sister, side chick, grandmother, mother, daughter, and wife. I'm gonna be always honest, I'm running to grandma.
Are you going to grandma first?
I'm running to grandma.
So what's your first set of words to grandmama?
You said what now?
First set of words to grandmama.
My first words?
Mm-hmm.
Man, excitement. I'm pick my grandmama up, hugging her tight. Man, I love you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That type of energy.
Mm-hmm. So,
yeah.
Who comes next on your list?
Mom Dukes.
Your mom Dukes.
Mama Dukes.
Why is she?
That's my baby.
Why is she up next?
And she had me. I slid out of that thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
She had me. That's my G, my best friend, my everything. But I say I go to my grandma first because she's the beginning of the whole tree. You feel me? So I'm gonna run to grandma's first. That's the warm embrace right there.
Mm-hmm.
Mom Dukes, that's second in line, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think that we can do a general consensus that side chick ain't even on the resume.
Nah.
She ain't even on the resume.
Nah.
How important is baby mama?
Baby mama might not even pop up.
No.
She might not even pop up, man.
So what we going after mama then?
Got to run to my daughters. I see daughter. I just peeked that up her.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 daughters, man. Got to pick up my daughters, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got to pick that. They might be on grandmama's line.
Mm-hmm.
I might hug all of them at the same time. Yeah.
All right. Now your sister. Where does your sister fall in on line?
Most definitely. Listen, we gonna have to rewind it back a little bit. Grandmama, mama, daughters, and sisters. That's my immediate family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my, like now today, like that's that's my solid foundation right there. Grandmama, grandmama, rest in peace, baby. But you know, mother, sisters, and my daughters, all at the same time. Bro.
All at the same
I'm gonna have to
time.
say, bring it in.
Mm-hmm.
Be a team. Yeah, like that.
So your wife, where does she fall in line? She fall.
I ain't got no wife, so so you dig? That's out of you dig? That's out of the no wife.
And then your guys, where your guys fall in that line?
My guys, my guys is right there. They gonna embrace me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like at every time, you feel me? But I've been locked down before and I've been released, walking out of that place, and I see nobody there, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting released from jail, and I walked all the way home, you feel me, from jail. I didn't have nobody there to pick me up, but I remember the last time I had got out, and I did like 7 months in Marion County.
Mm-hmm.
Did 7 months and came home to like a homecoming party. Like it was a barbecue and everything, and it was love. Some of my guys that I grew up with, they popped up, and it was all love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if I was to do the list myself, I feel like just for me personally, I gotta go to my daughter first, depending on what her age is. And I ain't got no kids. I ain't never been locked down before. But if I was to have a daughter, I feel like she's the first one I gotta go talk to, because I gotta let her know we about to have this conversation. Hey, daddy ain't ready to do this again.
Most definitely.
This ain't ready to happen no more.
Most definitely.
Then for me, my grandmother's definitely gonna come next, because my grandmother just passed away not too long ago, and like I know if I was to ever go in, that would break her whole everything.
Yeah.
So she's definitely got to be number 2, and I'm going to apologize. I'm doing the whole rundown. If I got to get on my knees and beg, I'm going to make sure she knows, nah, this ain't happening again. Mom Dukes is next. Me and Moms is going to have a conversation. Your baby boy's here. He's here to stay. He's about to put a foundation together. He's ready to lay some shit down.
Yeah, most definitely.
My sisters are more than likely going to have to come after my wife. if I had a wife in the scenario, my sister's gonna have to come after my wife. The reason why I say that, my wife is the person that held me down while I was inside.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be that brick for me, so I gotta let her know thank you for everything that you did while I couldn't at this point in time.
You're a great man for that. You're a great man for that. I know you. I done seen you walk, I done seen you talk. And we're gonna put this out here because you date my sister, man. And I see how you treat my sister, bro, and I tell my sister all the time, like, I don't think nobody else can come in and take your position, you feel me, as far as you being the little brother role for me, you feel me? Like it's so much respect, you know what I'm saying? How you treat my sister, bro. So
that's likewise. I got respect for you too, my guy.
Most definitely.
Baby mama, you can go ahead and scratch her off the list. I don't care about that. Side chick, you can etch that off the list because 9 times out of 10 it ain't gonna be one of those. And then
shout out to my baby mama, man, because hey, a long time coming with, man. I got 2 of them. I'm not ashamed, but you know what I'm saying. Like we've come a long way. The both of them, I come a long way with both of them, man. We like kissing now, you feel me? So shout out to my baby mamas, man.
And then the guys, we ain't even got to do a whole bunch of chopping up at the gate because we know what's up.
Right.
We ready to go gang out on.
Thugging,
yeah, we ready to go gang out that first night.
Right.
We ready to do it.
Yeah.
But so it was a quick little warm up. How you feel after that?
After what?
After just a little talk we just had.
Oh man, authentic. 100. I was, I'm coming 100 with mine. But I had just noticed the daughter up her, right? And man, I'm telling you, Lord knows how much I love my kids, bro. So that's why I said I had to do a little bit of rewinding to take. I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna have to embrace all of them at the same time. Ain't no you first and you second. Come here, all y'all, cause my wingspan is like that. You feel me? Yeah.
So let me ask you. For a man, what do you think a man's pride means? What does a man's pride mean to you?
A man's pride? A man's pride, man, it's something. That pride word, bro, I feel like it's something that carries a lot of weight, right? With a man, I deal with that. And I'm practicing on how to step away from that pride thing, right? Because I have a lot of people stepping inside my world now that try to disturb me and do this and doing that. And sometimes I act off of, I can't tuck my tail on a whole lot of things, bro. And pride is something heavy, man. It's man, that pride comes with humility. I'm gonna say it comes with humility and acceptance. It's a powerful piece. Pride, that's a powerful piece.
So for me, myself, my pride has gotten me into a lot of trouble in my past. Like, there are situations where I stood there and I know I shouldn't have been standing in this place because I knew like there was going to be some heavy shit coming after.
Right.
But why would a man's pride be so heavy that he would keep himself in a dangerous situation even though he knows he should move out of that? Why would somebody really... Like, just to explain to somebody that wouldn't stand there, why would somebody actually stand there?
Well, I'm going to say this, man, because I'm not saying like I'm the toughest guy or nothing like that, bro, but since I was a young guy, since I was maybe 13, 14, and some of the guys that I used to rip and run with, like, I felt myself being in a position of where I was taking up for a lot of my friends. A lot of these situations had nothing to do with me. But I wind up stepping in and taking care of a whole lot of situations for them and this and that. But I found myself in a whole lot of like silly situations. I can be in an environment, right? And I get this little third eye sense like of where the vibe ain't right. But I'm here with my guys. I might have showed up to a party with my guys or something, right? I don't want to be the party people or nothing like that.
Of course.
I'm feeling bad vibes and this and that. I'm naturally a protector. You know what I mean? And I'm analyzing my guy. He's having a good time. He's balling that. You know what I'm saying? He's having a good time. I won't be no party pooper. So my position that I'm gonna play is I'm gonna just stay the observer. Then it's time for me to tap into a bodyguard. You know what I mean? Just my awareness goes up, bro, and like I'm one of them guys, bro. I don't show my fur. You know what I'm saying? I don't show no. I have no scared bone in my body. You know what I'm saying? So I find myself in a lot of situations where I'm boxing with this pride thing, right? Some of me telling me like, get away from this situation, get away from this, woo woo woo. But that toughness in me is like, you can handle anything. You here for him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know. It's just how I am, bro. Like,
so
edgy.
So I have this thing that I call like hood culture, and I feel like we was raised on a certain type of way where we was raised at. Like no matter if you hang around our side of town, you gonna grow a culture about yourself. Like, man, this is a standard basically. So some of the guys I know, when gunshots is ringing off, they ain't moving. They looking to see who also got the strap too, because they want to buck back too. I done been in situations where it's 50-1 basically, and my guys is like, nah, we ain't leaving this situation, like, because that basically that shows like scariness in them, and then it makes the next person think I can get over or do something to this person, and they won't really react to it.
Right.
When it comes to the pride, is it part of the culture or is it a part of your natural human instincts? Which one do you think? Yeah.
See, I'm gonna keep it on myself. I'm like off of personal experience. I say like it's naturally on the inside of you first, right? I'm naturally a leader, so I'm gonna just keep it on myself. Like I'm gonna say this. It can be both. It can be both. I say it starts like I'm born with. You born with a whole lot of stuff, right? I say we all born with power. We born perfect. Born perfect, and we grow up going through life, and the things that we pick and choose to do sometimes taint that power, right? But I'm gonna say this, it can be a cultural thing, like coming up with the crowd that you're around and this and that. I grew up with like a buck wild crowd.
Right.
So half these guys that I grew up around was never scared of anything. You get what I'm saying? But I guess as time goes by, you know what I'm saying, all those things that you've experienced in life, because I dealt with it, it builds up trauma. Like, you know, some of those things that I did, I suppressed, but it builds up. You not knowing that shit builds up. And then all it takes is one thing, just one detrimental thing that'll trigger that, and it'll suck you into it like a. Cause man, I'm telling you, I was traumatized. I heard firecrackers go off and I'm jumping. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, not being scared of nothing. But my first reaction is like duck. You know what I'm saying? Half the time I'm reaching in my pocket, I ain't even got my thing on me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think it's a natural instinct, like when you coming up in those type of crowds, man, that scariness, man. With me, man, I taps into a monster.
Right.
When I'm in an environment like that, I taps into a monster. Ain't no time to be scary or nothing. It's all about you being smart. Like I go, like anytime I'm around a group of people, bro, like my awareness goes up, my antennas is sharp. I pay attention to every single thing, bro. It's all about being smart, man. I play chess with everything.
Right.
With anybody. I'm talking about anybody. Because I never know what this person is capable of. So I like to stay a step ahead.
All right. So let me ask you, when does a person's past stop being an excuse for the way that they actually are? So let's just say that somebody always plays on the I had a bad childhood, so that's the reason why I ain't got this, or that's the reason why I can't do that, or that's the reason why I'm here instead of there. At what point in time does is it an age for you, or when do you think the past stops being your excuse?
Hey, I'ma say when I was about like 21, I really came to the grips of like, cause I used to blame my mother for a whole lot of stuff, man. a lot of stuff that I was doing and I was getting myself in trouble, catching cases and this and that. I used to go back to the blaming game. I used to point my finger at my mama. You the reason that I'm whoop de whoop 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 whoop. Because, man, me and my siblings, we had a rough one, you know what I'm saying? I used to point the finger at her. But it wasn't until like maybe I was 21, I got to really thinking about my decision making, like where I was messing up at. My mother didn't do this. My father didn't do that. It was me, you know what I'm saying? And it got to a point where I'm like, you know, I got to stop pointing the finger at my mother and this and that, you know what I'm saying? And but I had to look myself and admit the fact that I was messed up. I was messed up in the head, bro. I had to clean myself up, man. And yeah, once you start to look at yourself and you start to analyze and you start to do self inventory, bro, like, oh my God, man, you know. You know, I don't know what to say to the next person. I had to get them to tap into that, right? But that's how I, you know, that's how I am. That's how I think about things, man. I just had to really take a look at myself, bro.
So, let me ask you, if you was to look at yourself right now and let's just say the bad decisions in your life that you had to have made, or you felt like at the time this was the right decision even though you knew it was wrong, do you say it was like a 50-50, like, okay, I can blame 50% of this on my past and 50% of this on my present and my decision altogether? Or was it more like a 80% because of my past, I gotta do this, and 20% because of my own decision?
Bruh, I used to be mad at the world. Like when stuff didn't go my way, or when I came into a bad situation where I had to go sit down and do a little time and this and that, I used to be like mad at the world. Like I get locked up and I'll be mad at the fact that I ain't getting no visits or no, you know what I'm saying, I ain't got no money, I can't, you know what I'm saying, fill out my bubble sheet to get me a pack of noodles or something like that. Then I'm mad at somebody on the outside.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying, I was wrong for that, man. You know what I mean? Like, I had no right to even be mad at nobody. Didn't nobody put me in that situation but myself. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I matured. I was able to, like, in the heat of the moment when you doing something. So I'm impulsive too. Sometimes I can be impulsive. You know? I'm working on some things though. I'm working on myself.
Right.
But you know, you do things and we don't really take a look at it until after it's done. You know what I'm saying? But in that moment when you take a look back and you rewind your tape, it's time for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? You learn from that situation, and that's what I've been doing, man. I've learned from every situation that I've been through. And I'm not gonna lie, it took me some years to get it, because each year I was presented the same opportunity, the same stress, the same chaos. It came in different forms, and sometimes it came in the same way, and I'm like, damn, this is familiar. But you know, this is a brand new year for me now, man.
Right.
Like, I'm walking in my light, and yeah, that part.
Yeah.
I'm DZ Engineering. Trapping at the studio, I hustle hard. Trapping at the studio, I hustle hard. $50 an hour. $50 an hour. $50 an hour. You hear the bass and the power. Ay, ay, ay. Trapping at the studio, we hustle hard. Trapping at the studio, we hustle hard. $50 an hour. $50 an hour. $50 an hour. You hear the bass and the power. I'm DZ Engineering.
So, you don't know a whole bunch about me, because I think it's our real first time sitting down having a full-length conversation.
Most definitely.
And I think me and your sister been together for sure for 4 years, going on 5. And that's some time, and we ain't sat down and had no conversation.
Right.
But back in my G days, I used to go out and hit little licks. Me and my homeboys, we didn't even have to persuade each other. We knew that we was hungry, and we know we was tired of getting picked on in school. So we was like, fuck it. Somebody ready to go be a victim today. Yeah. So we ready to go hit something.
Yeah.
So it was a glory factor to it. Like, when I look back on it, I'm not proud of it, but at the same time, I'm proud of myself for not sitting in a rut.
Right.
And I'm not so much, like I said, I'm not proud of going out and robbing people or stealing from this store, stuff like that. But it's like I was presented a bad hand. And I took my bad hand. I may have made a worse hand, but I made myself a little bit better. And then from there, I took the decisions that I made, and I was like, you know what? This risk right here ain't worth this reward over here.
Right, right.
And then this decision right here also affects more than just me right here. So let me draw back on some of that. So, can you name your, you don't have to be specific on it, your worst decision that made you feel like, oh, you know what, this will be the one right here that makes me, I got to move on from these things that I was doing?
The worst decision I've ever made in my life, the worst decision, and it was actually really my first real bad decision. And this is what put me on like one of those messy roads to where I had to go through this and through that. Because I don't think God had it set up for me that way. But I went out self-will and I chose to go this way. But he wound up, you know what I'm saying, I wound up taking that detour, getting back on the right path. But check this out. The worst decision and my real first bad decision I ever made was when I got with a couple of my guys and we try to hit a lick. And we almost got away with a nice little piece of change. But shit, not even 5 minutes go by, we took the police on the speed chase and wound up running through this big old field. Long story short, they wound up catching us. You know what I mean? But by the grace of God, I got out of that situation. I was a young buck then, but that was my first real scare too. When that lady came in and sat in there and she talked to me and she was straight up with me. She said I was facing 10 to 20. I said 10 to 20 days? She said 10 to 20 years. And I broke down. I'm talking about I literally broke down. I had no, you know what I'm saying? I was young and I thought I was young and thugging and real wild for real. And I was really like, you know what I'm saying, really like that. But man, once some people caught up to me, I'm not even gonna lie, I was shook up. But by the grace of God, we got out of that situation. And yeah, it led me down the road to where, I just started looking at things a little different. Although even after that situation, I was still like messing up here and there. But each time I got past this, I got a little smarter. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was the first.
So, if you was to give advice to let's just say a younger you, what would be the first set of advice that you would give to a younger you? Because, I want to put it in a little bit of emphasis real quick. Because I talk to my little brothers and I talk to my little sisters and I talk to my little homies and shit like that. But it seems like a lot of the shit that I say, it goes in the ear, but it comes right back out the ear.
Yeah.
What would you tell us, something to your younger self that would actually hit your younger self?
First, man, this is wild right here. It's a blessing too because see, I have a son. You know what I mean? And when I do look at him, it's like looking at my little self. So what I do is I talk to him and I tell him, I give him some of my experience. I don't sugarcoat with my little man. He's 9 years old. He's smart, intelligent. So what I would tell my younger self is to stay listening to your parents, because that's one thing I didn't really do. And it was real dysfunctional in my home, so there was a reason why I wasn't listening. But listen to your parents. And one of my favorite artists has said it best. He said, "Mama ain't always wrong, but she'll never." You know what he say? He said, "Mama ain't always right, but she'll never lead you wrong." You feel me? So I always listen to your parents. Stay in school. Read. I say read. Like read. My son, man, that man reads, bro. Like he reads the dictionary too, but he read chapter books. You know what I'm saying? 9 years old. Like read. Educate yourself. You know what I mean? And when I was younger, I had both. I had two good. I had a good world and then I had a bad world. My mother's side, It was dark. My father's side of the family, which he's the one that really raised me. He came in at 9 years old. I was 9 years old. He came in and raised me. But he showed me how to live a good life. He showed me what living a good life was about. Him and my grandmother. And you know what I mean? So, but I say, man, listen to your parents. Listen. When I was young, I rebelled. You know what I mean? I rebelled against what my father and what my aunties and my mother would tell me. When they seen me messing up and they was trying to tighten me up, I wasn't listening. I was rebelling, man. But now, when I rewind my tape and I think about those things I was doing and those lessons they was trying to give me, it's hitting different now because I'm mature. But man, dude, I tell all the young ones, man, if you around here 14, 15, 16, you out here really thugging and this and that, I say get you some education, though. Get you some education behind it. You know what I mean? It's a different world now, so we all have to, we got to walk around with our chest poked out. I encourage that. Walk like a man, broad shoulders, stand your ground, stand firm, you know what I mean? But educate yourself, stay smart, stay ahead, you know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I feel that. So, for me personally, the one thing in my life is, well, the one thing that made me start making bad decisions was the simple fact that I didn't have. And it was like really bothersome every time I look up. How he got a hole in his shirt. How he ain't got on. How he. Alright, y'all keep talking shit. Y'all keep talking shit. And then eventually, I decided one day to go nut up. And basically was like, okay, I'm going to take you for yours since you got.
Yeah.
And it was just how, like, it hit me. But then, the first time that I got caught up, I tell you, my heart was thumping. I was in a little situation. My heart was like tearing me up, and I was like, fuck, I'm not getting out this little situation right here. And lo and behold, the police officer that had me detained, he was like, hey, go home, don't let me catch you no more.
Right.
I looked around, man, shit cool. Shit, you're not gonna fuck with me? Cool. I'm ready to go right home and do what you said. I sat at home and I was curious about why he would let me off. And I couldn't tell you why he would let me walk away. What's the biggest break that you've had in your life?
What's the biggest break I ever had in my life?
It could be as simple as coming to the Lord, if that's what, quote unquote, like coming to Christ, if that's what you want to say. Like,
hey, this was her like most recent though. But look, I've had a spiritual awakening at least like maybe 3 times in my whole life. I don't know if you know what a spiritual awakening is, right?
Yeah.
I've had this happen to me 3 times in my life of where I was walking a spiritual path, and it was coming from a dark place, and now I'm coming to some light and I'm walking a spiritual path, right? But then when I was experiencing that, I wasn't aware of what I was being touched with. When I'm running into those spiritual like people and they hit me with some powerful stuff, leaving. Look, I'm walking off with something in my mouth like, why would this strange person say this to me? So many strange people used to walk up to me, bro, and like just have like a maybe 60-second conversation with me, just transferring conversation back and forth, and they seen something special in me, bro. Like it's done happened to me a few times, man. But I veered off. What was that question?
What was your biggest basically release song?
My biggest release? Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bro, I'm not gonna think too deep because it's real simple. I don't think I ever really had a break in life for real. But I'm gonna say this though, just take it back a little bit. I say about a year and a half. Let's say a year ago. For about a year, almost a year and a half, I isolated myself away from the block, my friends, even my family members. and I kept it real close knit. You know, when you asked me earlier about who I would run to and embrace first, I kept it real close knit. It was my sisters, my mother, and my babies. My grandmothers, they gone to heaven right now, but those are the people that I had right there to help me with what I was dealing with at the time, you feel me? But that was the only, like, when you say break, when you ask me about the break, having a break in life, that's the only break I've ever had, and that was just most recent, maybe 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When I isolated myself from the world and from what I was used to doing and stuff like that, I was able to really, really take time out for myself and look myself in the mirror. And I can recall a few times, a lot of times you pulled up over my mom Duke's house. I wouldn't come up from upstairs, bro. I wouldn't come down from upstairs, you know what I mean? I was laying in fetal position, actually laying in fetal position, bro. Asking God, like, when it was gonna turn over for me, when I was gonna feel normal again, when I was gonna, you know, and I was hiding from the world, G, but that was a break. It was a break. I actually got to look at myself, actually got to cleanse myself, because I cried almost every night, brother. And I didn't, sometimes, like my sister, she did this one time. She came, matter of fact, it was on my birthday. And she braided my hair. And she was braiding my hair. While she was braiding my hair, Mom Duke, she had some music playing and stuff. And you know, I'm an R&B guy, and I be tapped in with music. And sometimes I can drift off in a dark place up here. She was braiding my hair, and out of nowhere, tears was just flowing. I was just crying. Never, not once, they asked me, why am I sitting there crying? Two of my sisters and my mother, they sat there the whole time. They had normal conversation. Didn't question me why I was crying. They knew what I was dealing with. That moment right there, having that moment, that time with my sisters and my mother, it just, I don't know what it was. I was overwhelmed with something, and I felt emotion. I was just crying, and she was braiding my hair. But I think that was like, it was like layers being peeled off of me, bro. Like a little bit every day, a little bit here and there, here and there. Layers was being peeled off of me. I'm talking about those bad layers. It was stale layers. They were stale. And now you see me, my skin is glowing.
Bag boy, I run a checkup, virtual ad bloat, it's not Nike. She just want me do the right thing. Oh, this ain't a movie, no Spike Lee. Neck freezing, I get icy. She rap bell like a wave boy. She be slurping on me like a icy. Give me FaceTime, shorty Skype me. I run through the pack like I'm lightning. Pocket full of blues that excite me. If you want a feature, go to Monty. I be spitting on them like a Tommy.
So, alright, so for the world that doesn't know, Joseph Whiley has a single right now, and it's called Dark Place.
Yes, sir.
And I want to ask you, was that time right there your biggest motivation for that song?
Was that, yes. Yes. That was like my testimony song. And man, dude, like that song still like give me chills, bro. Like sometimes I be pushing it back in my archive because I got like a little playlist, and that'd be the last song that I'll listen to, because now I'm in a better place. But at the same time, that song right there speaks to those people who are in that position. That song right there is gonna help that person that's in that position towards the light. You feel me? Like it just does something. It's not gonna keep you there. I said I was stuck off in a dark place. It's not gonna keep you there, man. Just, you know, but yeah, I had to pray up. I had to open up that Bible that my sister had gave me, and she told me, she was like, although you may not understand it and it might not speak to you, you just don't understand it, look Chinese to you, but read a scripture, read a verse every day. Just every day, feed your spirit every day. And that's what I did, man. And I'm telling you, God works in mysterious ways. I'm not a religious person, bro, but my spirituality is as big as this room.
Right.
And I know when God is moving in on me. And I say this time, for the 4th time, I've had a spiritual awakening. hey man, I'm woke. I won't go to sleep this time.
Right.
I'm woke.
So, when I want to ask you a quick question. What song gives you the best feel good vibe when you are feeling down? For me, it's more of a R. Kelly, "Storm Is Over." That's like, it pulls me. If I'm down, bruh, cause I got depression bad,
Yeah.
and when it hit me, I need to listen to music, cause that's the type of guy I am. And "Storm Is Over" is something special. What's your something special?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, I go to August Alsina, man.
Mm-hmm.
August Alsina, bro. That man right there
Mm-hmm.
was with me through my whole dark place.
Mm-hmm.
At Testimony. I think it was his first. Was that his first album? He really Testimony.
I think so.
I think it was called Testimony.
Mm-hmm.
But it was at
Oh.
I was sleeping on my homie's couch. In and out of trouble, put me up. Damn, it's getting real. Damn, it's getting real. Damn, I got it. Damn, the block run just to eat a meal. Damn, hold on, let me pull up. Oh, I forgot. That quick, I forgot it. Man, I think it's called Benediction or Testimony.
Benediction's my shit.
But listen, the whole album. Everything that he did, bro, I'm talking about from top to bottom. It was like, when I heard him, it was like, I closed my eyes, bro, and it's like I can go back and relive my steps. You feel me? It was like, man, he was speaking my life. You know, I relate to that man. You feel me? And his story was powerful, and I've been in those places, those same places where he was at. I was in those places. If not, it was a little bit deeper than that. You get what I'm saying? Because I was trudging in a way the average ain't gonna trudge.
Right.
Look, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was real heavy on my heart, bro. But I did so much in life. I done cleaned up so many dirty plates too at the same time with a genuine heart. So I feel like, you know, this is my time, man. I really feel like this is my time now. But yeah, August Alsina.
So, if you was to have one conversation, or matter of fact, let me ask you a better one. If you was to do one song with August Alsina, would it be more about pain? Would it be more about basically a dark place, or would it be more high spirit? Well, if you was to do a collab with August, what would your frame be for that song?
I'll be going for the ladies. High spirit. Because look, he can go any way. He can go anywhere, man. His voice is amazing. He can go anywhere. And I'm that same guy. But I think once I connect with him, ain't no if, it's like a win. I know I'm gonna meet this guy. When we get together, man, I think it's gonna be something powerful. Wherever we may take it, it's gonna be something great. I think it's gonna go diamond. Good talk.
So, we are local artists, and I don't really too much like talking about my own music on my show, but for a young not a young artist, but an up-and-coming artist, what is the hardest thing that we have to deal with, in your opinion?
For upcoming artists
in Louisville,
the
Kentucky,
hardest thing we have to deal with. When I first started this thing, the hardest thing I had to deal with was I was always worried about if I was gonna grab the people's attention, if I was gonna have a fan of my music. But check this out, like my family members, they more biased, I guess, about when it comes to my music, because they my family members. They gonna rock out with me because they my family, right?
Right.
But I got this one family member. He don't hold no, you know what I'm saying?
No
he don't hold
punches.
no punches. He's gonna tell me the ins and outs. But yeah, ask that question again. What you said?
What's the hardest?
Burning off into a story.
No, it's all good. What's the hardest thing that you had to? What do you think up-and-coming artists in Louisville, Kentucky have to deal with?
Oh, like the hardest thing, man, that I had to deal with. I'm gonna keep it on myself.
Go ahead.
Like, was building a buzz. I was worried about if I was gonna build up a nice little buzz. I was worried about having a fan. that was my main concern. But then I had to get out of that too. Because see, opinions, like when you take somebody's opinion and then you keep it there on your brain, you know what I'm saying, it can discourage your work. It can throw you off balance with your work. You get to second guessing yourself and stuff like that. Like I went through a trial of second guessing myself. I wasn't happy with the pitch of my vocal. All of that, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with all of that, but that was early on. So now I done came into my full self. I have no more worries really, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, my spirit flows, I let it happen. Everything happens organically. Now I'm aware of what you know, I have the knowledge of what I'm dealing with, of what I'm facing. You get what I'm saying? So I no longer worry about those little shenanigans. You get what I'm saying? Like it's gonna do what it do.
Right.
It's gonna do what it do. I just speak life into my situations.
Right. So, where do you get your biggest motivation for music?
My biggest motivation for music? My kids, man. My kids, bro. And they so musically inclined and so talented. They cheerlead, sports, dance. Got one that wants to sing, one of them raps, wants to rap. He like 2K Baby Sage. He shout out to 2K Baby Sage. We from the same city. Man, my kids is my biggest motivation. My biggest motivation. And my mother and my father. Because see, when they was young, they used to sing. Sing their ass. And my daddy, he still does karaoke. I link up with him sometime. We go do karaoke together. But yeah, it's my kids, man. My biggest motivation.
So, if you got that check, and I'm talking about that big check, if you was to get that big check, what's the very first thing you gonna do?
The very first thing I'm gonna do is buy my little brother a headstone.
Okay.
That's the very first thing on my list. Cause my brother don't have a headstone, man. Like my family dysfunctional. My family poor, man. You know what I'm saying? Not to put no shot on none of my family members, because we all special creatures, for real. My family's very special. I see it in every single one of my family members. But I used to say my family, man, we was cursed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Repeat that again. Because it gets deep sometimes in my brain. Repeat it again, then we come back to it.
What's the very first thing you doing when you get a check?
Oh, brother headstone. Buy my brother a headstone, man. We're going to dress that thing up. That's going to be the very first thing I do with my money.
Let me ask you, you're a bit older than I am. Did you come from the same generation of sleeping on pallets? Is that outdated for you?
Nigga, I come from that same generation. Sleeping on pallets, sleeping on, I'm talking about carpet. We slept on carpet, bro. OG, no pillow.
I don't want to say brokest. What's the cheapest thing that you had to do for like living arrangements? Like whenever my cousins and stuff came over, I just met this post last night. We would be 8 deep laying hot dog style on a bed. Like what's one of the funniest things that like you had to do, but it made sense at the time because you just had to do it?
I don't know, but when it comes to like, man, look, you know what? I done slept, I done threw like a sheet, like a curtain, window curtain, threw that thing over me like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And then I got a cousin, man, it's my baby. It's my baby, but she's the cousin of the family that used to keep all the kids. And I'm talking about, it used to be like 20, because we had, it was a lot of, in my generation, I'm talking about over 30-something kids. She would have up to 20, 30 kids. She babysitting and keeping all of them. And man, I'm talking about, she'll make pig in the blankets for us, you know, hot dogs and the biscuits, you know, ramen noodles, cut up shrimp, and you know what I'm saying, all that old rough living, but it was good living too at the same time when I think about it.
Nah, did you have to deal with the butter bowls at the granny's house?
Most definitely, sugar sandwiches and all that. I swear, OG, bro, I'm telling you. And you got a little bit of jelly, sprinkle that sugar on the other side of that. Yeah, jelly sandwich.
So, I don't know. What do you? I think that actually is a part of the reason why some of our families struggle with sticking together now, because you know the internet has taken over
Yeah.
a lot more, and it's like our struggles aren't so much our struggles; it's everybody's individual struggles now.
Right.
And I think like those struggles that we had growing up, I think those things made us a closer family.
Yeah.
So with my family, we had the you know the powder milks.
Yeah.
We had the
In the bag.
bruh, all that good stuff, bruh.
Yeah.
So
Hey, look, I still got family members that still go, and ain't nothing wrong with this. Like they go to the churches and stuff, you know, get boxes of food and stuff like that. My mama's still on, you know what I'm saying, food stamps and stuff like that. And we ain't sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But I used to hate having to get up. My mama be like, "Come on," so we go over to the church. I used to hate it going over and have to wait, be called to pick up a box of food and this and that. But hey, my mother still does it, and I done grew into it now. I used to hate it back then, but I done grew into it now because you know she taught me how to survive. Cause my mama ain't gonna always be here with me, bro. I gotta know how to, you know what I'm saying? Cause it probably ain't always gonna be gravy for me. So I gotta use those same tactics that my mother used. You feel me? And I know what to do. So yeah, I know about them boxes of food.
So come over soon. Heartbeat, heartbeat. So come over soon. Babe, I wanted you to know this is not a party life. So come over soon.
So I'm coming up to the end for the show, but I'm gonna ask you about 2 to 3 more questions, and then we're gonna get you out of here. So in those struggles that we had to deal with, it drives me to want to do better for myself, but I don't want to do anything for myself. I don't care about myself. I say that all the time, and people be like, you know, you shouldn't say stuff like that. But I care about myself to get everybody else straight. And my problem with the situation is I realize my family's a lot bigger than what I can handle, even if I was to get straight. How do you determine who do you put on when you get on immediately?
Hey, this is powerful when I put it like this, bro. Because that's the see, I'm on a mission. I'm on so many different type of missions though at the same time. But I say, let me get outside myself, because it ain't even about me. Like the moment when I went into that dark place, that's when I really came to grips and I said, this ain't even about me. You get what I'm saying? Like it's bigger than me. So now I be trying to get outside of myself. Like when I'm not so wrapped up into myself and I'm on downtime, I call up one of my partners to see what they, because I got friends, a lot of friends who got business. So I say, let me call and see who needs some help, needs some support today. You feel me? Let me be a helping hand or something. I'm not looking for no money. You ain't gotta pay me no nothing. It's just me. I gotta build up my character. I gotta work on the inside of me. You get what I'm saying? Like whatever I put out there in the universe is gonna come back to me. My intentions is all in the right place. Heart big. You get what I'm saying? So this is my thing. Like I got a big family too. But I say whoever God send my way, that's who I'm gonna help out. And however I can help you out. I'm not gonna go out there searching though.
Right.
Cause see, if you go out there searching, you can potentially run into a problem. I just let them come to me. Whoever comes to me, have it come to me, I deal with it. So it's just like with how I'm dealing with the people in my family. Like whoever's in need and this and that. Just like I got a cousin, she gets on Facebook, she's in a bad relationship or whatever, but I've seen her walk, and she's like elevating, right? But this is how the devil works. The devil see that you elevating, he wants to throw something in her.
Of course.
Right? He want to throw something in her, throw you off, get you off balance, have you stressed out and this and that. And this is what I'm seeing her go through, right? But she ain't came to me yet. It's not time for me to help her out.
Right.
I give her little encouraging words and this and that, but who am I to jump on her case and tell her how to do whoop-de-woo-woo? Until she wakes up and be like, hey, I'm going to go on and go to my big cousin about this because he done went through this. Then I'm going to give you something. I ain't ready to keep on jumping in everybody's picture. Because I believe in this right here. Like when you get latched on to somebody else's problem, bro, it drains you. It becomes something dark for you too. When you invest in that. So that's just how I be dealing with it. Yeah, you can't help
Everybody. Right.
everybody. Now, but when they do come, man, give them a little dose. I don't, you know what I mean? I might not have much to give, but I'm gonna give you a little dose, and it might just be some encouraging words. There. Walk away with that.
So, for those that are consistently in a bad place, we don't judge those people for consistently being in a bad place. But what do you because this is a motto that I live by. Helpful words without helpful actions is just criticism to me in a way. So, for me, what made me think about this in the first place, because I seen people talking about, the people, they do the memes and shit like that with the big females and be like, oh, is she? But I was like, y'all telling her to lose weight, but if y'all don't go out and say, hey, let's go do this run together. Let's go run together.
Yeah.
What you only judging, you only sending her criticism. You ain't really, you ain't doing too much for her.
Yeah.
So, for you, how do you feel about helpful words? Like, how far do words go for you versus actions?
Hey, what you just said was powerful, though. And I think this is going to be like the first time I actually look at it in that way. Words, you know what, speaking on experience, it took for me to actually see the doing. It took for me to actually like see this stuff being done physically, you know what I'm saying, with my own eyes. I know you say this and say that and say this and that, but it ain't really clicking right here, right now. I have to see you walk that way. For me to actually get it, you feel me? It was like that with me in school. Like, I was like more of a hands-on. Like, even when I had got my jobs and stuff, like, I'm more so show me. After that, boom. Right. And a lot of times, I progress in positions that way. You know what I'm saying? You show me, ooh, you ain't got to show me no more. I got you. Let me show you. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So I'm one of them. I'm one of them guys too. Sometimes you got to see it to believe it, type shit. Or to apply it in your life. You know what I'm saying? Apply those words. I have to see it too. I have to see it be done. You know what I mean? But I'm a strong believer. So a person's words can help me. You know what I mean? Because I know what I'm facing now. And I've been through so much. I've experienced a lot. And I know what I'm up against. So your words, like, I can be in a down moment or something like that, going through some things. Your words could do something. It's a boost of energy. Ooh, it'll trigger me in my brain, like, oh, go back to what you know. You know what I'm saying? It'll click.
So for actions, as far as somebody, so let's just say you down on your luck.
Right.
And I know that you down on your luck. And instead of giving you $20 every time you ask, I say, hey, come on, cuz, jump on this job with me that I got. How much different is that from the actual words, me saying, hey, cuz, go get a job?
It's a big difference. You talking about versus you telling somebody to go get a job, or you come pull up on this person. Hey, look, come on, I got some work for you. Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, it's a big old difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just telling somebody, man, you need to get you a job, man. You know, so and so is. Whoop, whoop,
Mm-hmm.
whoop. But you in a position to like this is my thing. Like, why can't this person be like, look, I'm gonna come and get you,
Mm-hmm.
take you to go fill this application out.
Mm-hmm.
That's volumes right there.
Right.
I've had that happen to me a few times too.
Mm-hmm.
It lets me know that the buddies that I call my buddy is real buddies.
Right.
You know what I mean? They come scoop me up, take me to go and sit out there and wait until I'm done filling out the application.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that speaks volumes. That's big.
Now, for me personally, I know all actions ain't good actions. Like, I know you can't go and pull up on somebody every day and take them to work with you. I know that's not a real possibility in this life. But at the same time, sticking that helping hand out there is different, I'll say, because I can't say one is more than the other, because like you said personally, words can get to people too.
Right.
But for me, it's a different action, and it speaks volumes to me because that shows me that you actually care.
Right. But see, this is the thing right here. Like with that act right there, like it builds character, man. Like when you get outside yourself and you just, you go out your way to help somebody who's in need. Like I told you earlier, of whoever approaches you in need of help. You know what I'm saying? Like it does something for your character. It does something right here. And then someone who you can't even see is watching and blessing you from what you doing down here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's powerful, bro. Like I don't even think too hard about, okay, if I do this for this person, what can he do for me? I don't even go that route.
Right.
It's like, hey, let's do it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Just like this person I got her with me right now. She's one of those persons that I can describe as far as somebody getting outside themselves. You feel me? Because like ain't no telling what her schedule could have been like today, but she got, hold on, boom. I'm there to support you. See, she's in the background filming and everything. You know what I mean? Like I'm rolling with those type of people. You feel me? We getting outside of ourselves.
Right.
We trying to help the city.
Right.
That's the mission that we on right now. It's crazy that we on this topic about helping another. You know what I'm saying?
And the funny thing is, even on top of that, is actually was going to be my outro question to you, is about the plan for the city.
Hey. Hey, listen. I'ma just say this, like for whoever's working, stay consistent. Do your shit right. Like make sure your paperwork, make sure you got paperwork on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you grind and putting yourself out there, making sure your stuff is clean, packaged up right, because my team, we coming back around. Like this is the foundation. LOUKY 502 till I die, you feel me? This is the foundation. So ain't no getting up, getting that check, getting that bag, and going position somewhere else. That's the mission right here. This is the foundation. This is Motown right here.
Oh yeah.
This is Motown.
So, just real quick question. They say Louisville doesn't have a sound, which I agree. But I think it's better that Louisville specifically doesn't have a sound because you got a multitude. You got such a diverse multitude here, and Louisville is such untapped talent.
Yeah.
Like we got talent, and people just don't know it. Like so. In your inner circle, who do you want to speak out to right now? Like just like the people that you do know that make music, speak out. Like, can you speak out to them and say, hey, shout out to?
Oh man, shout out to Mike Bombado. We come up from up under the same umbrella. Shout out to Mike Bombado. Shout out to Lit Like Looney. Shout out to Eddie the Great. Shout out to who else, man? Shout out to Lil Band. He ain't even from Louisville, but he from St. Louis, man. I got a record with that young guy, man. He's 16, hot. He's hot. You know what I'm saying? Already on his level. You feel me? Shout out to that man. Shout out to Ghana. You know what I'm saying? I got a record with him. Snakes in the Grass. Shout out to PJ Gifted. Her season, that's my OG, that's my legend right there. That's my, you know what I'm saying, my uncle of the game. Shout out to Hardy 4100. That's my big brother, my manager, my you know what I mean, my mans. You feel me? Who else is out there work? Shout out to Junior J. That's my big bro. Mateo. Shout out to Mateo. Who else? Man, I'm shouting them out. Who else is working? Who else is working?
Oh my God,
Who else
LaDon.
working, Birdie?
And man, LaDon is on his shit.
Who?
It's LaDon. They be rapping with Looney
Who Don Betts?
Williams.
LaDon. I know who you talking about. Shout out to LaDon. Shout out to G.I. Joe. Man, it's a lot of cats here in the city working right now, and I'm loving the diversity. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamarcus. That's my guy. We basically from the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Who else is working? Shout out to Skate 3 Times. Shout out to Maceo. You feel me? And that nigga's from Chicago. He from Inglewood. Who else is working here in the city, man? It's a lot of cats here working. And if I didn't mention you know what I'm saying, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? My mind is doing 150 miles per hour, but those names that I called out, man, I see you brothers. You feel me? I see y'all niggas. Just keep on working. You feel me? Putting that work in, cause look, when the door opens and like it's already cracked open, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'm going back to when you asked me what the mission is, bro. The stars is lining up, bro. Like this, the home team, bro. What I'm talking about is coming together organically. You feel me? And every piece that's on the inside of this umbrella is valuable. Like valuable, man. I'm looking you in the camera right now. Valuable. Home team, baby.
All right. So my very last question to you is, how long until you see everybody starting to collab? Because you know we kind of distant and spread out right now. How long do you see everybody starting to actually come together and make music? A year, couple months?
It's happening now. It's happening now. I'm not saying that I'm the glue, right? I'm not saying that I'm the glue, but I'm one of these guys. Like, okay, it's a group of people. It's like a community of people thinking this one way, right? I say, oh, it's just an opinion. It's not a fact. Cause see, everybody's stuck in this. They got this. They complacent with this. So you got to get outside of Louisville to be noticed, or you gotta always shitting on Louisville. Always throwing salt on our city.
Of course.
You feel me? I was born and raised here, so I'm gonna continue to uplift my city. You feel me? I'm not throwing no salt or nothing. Sometimes I get aggravated with the city too, and what we going through. But what artists don't?
Of course.
I'm talking about even outside of this city. Like it's a lot of artists that go through things and within they, you know what I'm saying, within their city or whatnot. But check it out, I'm not gonna get complacent with that.
Right.
So, you know, and eventually, but to go back to what you said, I think it's happening now. Like it's slowly happening now. I'm seeing people work with each other now. At a time, it was the CEOs and stuff. They kind of went out of style. Now they're starting to come back in style. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to Hardy 4100 again. That's Hard Diddy. I call him Hard Diddy. You hear me? Because I'm telling you, because he's a powerful guy, bro, and he's like a magnet. He has this urge for a certain talent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say gifted people. Like he has this urge. He knows how to. He knows who's gifted. And like, man, I'm telling you, bro, like we have a camp, man, it's gonna be so powerful. Something like No Limit and Cash Money and them, how they, hey,
it's coming.
LOUKY 502 till I die. You feel me? And whoever ain't rocking with the movement and this and that, I still salute to you because you got your own thing going on. You get what I'm saying? So we not with that old, trying to force a motherfucker into working with us or nothing like that. Nah, it ain't nothing like that. We still salute those that, you know what I mean? But it's all love. We got a lot more love than we receive more love than the hate. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not even gonna lie, I'll be telling my mans, I'll be like, man, I want a little more hate come my way. Because it's gonna balance stuff out. You feel me? That's just me, bro. I like a little darkness, just a little bit.
But
Look, man, y'all just got done kicking it with J Whiley 982, man. I'm up here with So What's the Issue podcast, you feel me, man? Look, man, y'all can go and find me on IG at J Whiley 982. Make sure you spell that thing right. J, the letter J, WHILEY 982 on Instagram. Get on YouTube, type in J Whiley 982 the same way, and hit that subscribe button.